Hi, my loves. Welcome to episode 2 of the Morning Babe podcast. This is your host, Aman. Thank you so much for listening and being here. I really appreciate all of the love and support that you guys have given me on the launch of this podcast. It really means a lot to me when someone takes the time out of their day to send me a kind and supportive message. Just know that I really appreciate when you guys do that. And thank you also for the questions that you guys sent me for this podcast. Two of the questions that I saw will be pretty much touched on, covered in today's episode. So what I'm talking about today is the power of a morning practice and why mornings, because this podcast is called Morning Babe. So obviously I'm obsessed with using the power of our mornings to transform our life. If you listened to the first episode, then you know that this was one of the first things that I had shifted in my life, and it was the game changer for me, and it continues to be a game changer in these last 3 years. So first off, I want to say you don't have to have a perfect morning routine, and you don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. You get to do what works for you, and I want you guys to make this easy because this is something that can really transform your life. But if you follow these two most important things that you must have in your morning practice. Okay, so number one is that whatever you do first thing in the morning, it has to shift your energy into a positive direction. Manifesting 101. In order for you to manifest your desires, you have to be vibrating at the same frequency of your desires. So basically, if you're feeling desperate, if you're feeling low vibe and you're not happy and you're only focusing on what you don't have in your life, you are not going to be manifesting from that space. You're not going to be manifesting your desires from that space. You're going to be manifesting more of the lack and more of not having what it is that you want. So this is why it's really important to have a morning practice that shifts your energy into a positive direction, that builds momentum for you to be vibrating at a higher frequency throughout the rest of the day. And also for you to get to a place where you can be at the same frequency of your desires. So what can you do to shift your energy into a positive direction? I'm going to mention 2 practices that have been my absolute favorite and that I feel are the most powerful from my experience. So number 1 is gratitude. Right when you wake up, instead of going straight to thinking about all the things that you have to do that day or thinking about whatever you're stressed about, all the things that you don't have, your money problems, your relationship problems, whatever it is, instead of letting your mind go straight to that, to think about what you do have and what you're grateful for, the things that make you happy, the things that you appreciate in your life. Now, the 2 ways to do, or the 2 best ways, in my opinion, to do a gratitude practice is to either 1, physically write in a journal, paper to pen, or to verbally speak out your gratitude. Maybe even look in the mirror and talk straight to yourself and look into your eyes. Mirror work is actually something that is really powerful that I have been doing with one of my coaches, but that'll be in another episode. So yes, gratitude, writing it out or speaking it out when you first wake up, intentionally shifting your focus to the positive. And I really recommend just starting with what is easy to be grateful for right when you wake up, whether it's how comfortable your bed is, whether it's the sun shining in through the window, or the coffee that you're gonna make when you get out of bed. Have it start out with the easiest thing to be grateful for, and then you'll build momentum and find that you have many things to be grateful for, and it'll be easier to see those things. Another little manifesting tip is that when you're doing this gratitude practice and you're starting with what is easy, at the end you can mention a few things that you do not yet have, but you can state them as already having them. So you can say, I am so grateful for this job, or I'm so grateful for this Gucci bag, or whatever it is that you are calling in. You can add that, but add it at the end, and do it if it feels good. It'll be a lot easier for your mind to believe that when you start with things that you already have and with things that are easy. Okay, so number 2, the second practice that I feel is really, really powerful. It's actually one of my favorites because it's so fun and easy. And this also shifts your energy into a positive direction, is when you first wake up to turn on your favorite upbeat song that has positive lyrics, and to basically just dance to the song for a couple of minutes to 5 minutes, whatever feels good. I absolutely love this practice. When I first started this journey, I would do this, but I did not do it intentionally. I had no idea the impact and power this was having on my days until later on, and I started when I was doing it consistently. At the time, I was just doing it because it was something that was fun and that I enjoyed. But if you do this intentionally and you add this practice that is fun and easy into your mornings, it is an absolute game changer, especially when you're picking songs with positive lyrics, because your subconscious mind is absorbing everything. And especially when you first wake up, when your brain waves are at a lower frequency, you have more access to your subconscious mind. So this is, again, a great time to do the gratitude, to do the positive affirmations, whether it's through a positive song, which is one of my absolute favorite ways to do it. Number 2, when it comes to creating a morning practice, this is so, so important. And this is consistency. Because if you are not consistent, you are not going to see the results. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, okay? Because you can have a perfect morning ritual and a perfect practice, but if you're only doing it once a month, you aren't going to see any changes in your life. But if you're making an effort even to do this for 1 minute a day, literally in the morning, even if it's for just a minute, that you are shifting your focus, but you're doing it every day and you're doing it consistently, you are going to see a huge difference, because what you do every single day matters more than what you just do once in a while. This is the power of habit. This is the power of consistency. Okay? So yeah, these are the 2 most important things when it comes to creating a morning practice. Make sure that it's shifting your energy into a positive direction, and make sure it's consistent. And these 2 work together. If it's something that you're looking forward to, and if it's something that's easy, it's something that makes you feel good, of course you're going to be consistent, because you're going to want to do this morning practice. You don't want this to feel like a chore or something that you have to mark off on your to-do list. This is something that you're doing for yourself that should be fun. Make it easy. That way you can be consistent. And this way, when you're building the momentum to have this positive energy and you're doing this first thing, all of the other things, like any other practice that you want to add into your routine, is going to come easy. When you're feeling good, you're going to be more motivated to go do that workout, or just get through your day with more ease. And any obstacles that do show up, it will be a lot more easy. It'll be a lot easier to get through them when you start your day off on a positive note and just going in a positive direction and building that momentum. So, yeah, that is basically it for today's episode. I hope that this was helpful and that this inspired you to create a morning practice for yourself. And if it did, I would love to hear from you on what you're gonna do, or maybe you can message me after 10 days of doing a morning practice and let me know how that goes for you. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and I will speak to you guys on the next episode. Bye.